What's going on, everybody? Hope you're all having a fantastic day today. Now, today I want to go ahead and discuss World War III, a game that I actually mentioned a few other times on this channel, pretty much since its game was first initially announced. And again, I want to go ahead and talk about it because they are continuously putting in brand new updates that are tremendously helping out the performance of this game. Now, for those who don't know what World War III is, basically, this is the main competitive contender when it comes to something for Battlefield 2042, or just the Battlefield franchise in general. If you're a Battlefield fan, this is the game for you, especially if you're disappointed in the direction Battlefield is taking at this current moment. Now, I know a lot of times in the past, we've seen multiple videos on my channel and other channels as well, titling, oh, this game's going to take out Battlefield, oh, this game's going to destroy Battlefield 2042, this, that. Yes, I mean, some of those games are competitive, but they aren't all going to absolutely remove Battlefield. You know, people have to title videos in a specific ways just so it fits in the algorithm. If you watched any of these channels for a long time and you're a hardcore fan of these channels, you know for a fact that it's not about the title, it's about the content within the video. But when you see a title like World War III is going to absolutely dominate Battlefield 2042 or something of that sort, just know that that is 110% facts. That's not any lies, it's not a joke, it's not someone trying to fit into the algorithm. No, that is 110% factual information. World War III right here is the only game that I could possibly think of that can truly compete with Battlefield 2042 and potentially put it in the dirt. Now, for those who don't know, World War III, the full release of this game, is going to be happening at the same time as Season 1 for Battlefield 2042. Yes, you heard that correctly. So when Battlefield 2042 is finally getting the only update that will save the game, potentially save the game. You know, we don't know what's going to be happening in Season 1. We don't know how many maps we're going to get. We don't know how many weapons we're going to get. We don't know how many specialists we're going to get. We don't know what Season 1 is going to hold. A lot of stuff is on the line when it comes to that season, and if it flops, guess what's going to flop with it? Battlefield 2042. And during that time period, it's the perfect time for this game to flop because everybody will have a replacement game. Now, hopefully, the game will be releasing on console by the time it goes for a full launch release. We don't know when the console release date is officially going to happen. It hasn't been confirmed or anything of that sort, but we do know it's going to happen at a certain time. I hope it's going to be sooner than later, but we can't really confirm that. The only thing I can confirm is that the direction of this game is going to be free to play. So despite what you play on console, PC, whatever platform, the game will be free. Anybody can pick it up, which is going to be fantastic. So when this game fully releases at the same time as Battlefield 2042 Season 1, this game is going to be free to play, and it's going to be able to have the same time period that Battlefield fans have been craving and wanting for ages, minus all the cheese, the specialist cheese, the bad map designs, all of the above. And keep in mind, the World War III developers already got done revamping all of their maps. Their maps have been completely overhauled. That's why they're still not all in the beta right now. This is a closed beta that you guys are watching right here. But they removed a few maps because they're still working on them. They're trying to upgrade them and make them more playable. And I will tell you right now, from what I played in the official build, because I've been playing this game since day one. The first day that it launched, I've been grinding this game out until current day. And I gotta say, the map designs current day are 10 million times better than the maps that they had previously. So they're already working on their maps. They already updated them. We know they're good. We know they're fun. We know the game is playable. We know the game is functional. We know it's in a good time period. We know that it's not corny or goofy and have weird specialist voice lines. We know all of this, and it's going to be free. What direction do you think the majority of the Battlefield community is going to go towards? Do you think that a new season that's going to bring in one map and specialists, something that the community doesn't even want? The people want the class system to return. We don't want to see more specialists. But do you think a season that's going to bring a specialist and a map, possibly, potentially a few weapons as well, is going to bring in more people to Battlefield? Or do you think those individuals are just going to go to a newer launch like World War III and support that game instead? A game that they don't have to invest any money into, they can get right into, and it's actually functional. I'll admit, a few months ago, maybe a half a year ago, the game didn't play that good. Now, I will still vouch for it. Even when the game didn't play good, I was still saying it was really fun because it was. I enjoy the gunplay, I enjoy the gameplay, and like I said, I enjoy the new revamped maps as well. It plays really solid, but when it came to performance, it was horrifying. I never got any worse frames or any worse connection or anything when it came to a game besides World War III. Battlefield 2042 is a little bit borderline bad connection as well, but World War III was truly, it was horrendous, and it was just one of those games that suffered from that. You could see all the potential, but the potential couldn't be, acted upon because the game just didn't function. It just didn't play. So it really sucked, but you go back current date after all of these updates, it's phenomenal. I get no stutters. My bullets actually register. Hit registration is phenomenal. The connection is still getting a little rough. They're still trying to open up more servers and get things situated. But like I said, by the time this game goes into full release, it's going to be phenomenal. We're still in the closed beta. This is considered a closed beta. Battlefield 2042 is considered a full release. Keep that in mind. Keep that in mind when you think of the two games. Seriously, this closed beta, Battlefield 2042, full release. Okay, so imagine this game that you're watching right here that's already in such a great form going into full release. Yeah, it's going to be pretty darn great. I just hope the developers keep this type of dedication, because I've seen so many times over and over and over again many indie developed games having so much potential, but the developers just never went completely through with it. They never had the balls to just go all in and really push for their product to see if it could become the next big thing. And it sucks sometimes, because a lot of these indie games, like I said, are 10 million times better than any AAA game that you could possibly get your hands on. Call of Duty, Battlefield, even Halo nowadays. All of these indie games are better. I mean, Splitgate is, another version of Halo, but it's for PlayStation players to be able to play on as well, including Portal, so it's a little bit different than, obviously Halo, but it's an absolute blast to play, and the developers are completely devoted to that title. And even though the hype died down, it still has an extremely strong player base. Same thing with Insurgency Sandstorm, another game that is phenomenal. Insurgency 1 and Insurgency Sandstorm both were developed and loved for years and years and years, building up such a hardcore community of fans that still play it till this day. Insurgency Sandstorm is goated. It will live on, literally, for life, because the fans love what the creators have made. And Insurgency Sandstorm and the whole franchise in general is successful. Escape from Tarkov, another game that didn't start off AAA developed, turning into a masterpiece now. Well, maybe not a masterpiece. I don't want to say it's a masterpiece because not everybody enjoys it, but still, regardless, when it comes to sales and popularity, it's extremely big, it's extremely popular, and once again, it started off indie developed, and now it's bigger than Battlefield titles, Call of Duty titles, tons of AAA games out there, and it was indie developed. The same thing can happen for World War III here. I just don't want to see it take another turn. When this game first came out, the developers went on a very, very, very long silence. I think it was like a year plus of nothing. We truly thought the game was going to die. No updates, no talk of doing anything. But again, like I said, after the year went on, they said that they were working on a massive update. So they were doing stuff. They were getting the job done. They were doing exactly what they were supposed to be doing. They just weren't being very vocal about it. But it still worries me that potentially in the future, they could just completely ditch off on this title if after they go ahead and do this massive overhaul to this game and it doesn't turn out the way that they want it to turn out, they could just dump it. They could just leave it, and then it won't ever become the game that it was supposed to be. But like I said, I'm pretty positive about this. I've been playing the game, I've been enjoying the game, and it still lives up to what it was current day. Yeah, they changed a few things that kind of changed the core vibe of what the game truly was day one, but still, it was still nothing that drastically changed the formula. It's not like Battlefield 2042 out here where they're completely removing class systems and introducing specialists and forcing their community to go through with it, or Call of Duty where, like in Modern Warfare 2019, they removed the minimap and almost refused to bring it back, and they still didn't bring it back to where it should have been current day. It's like these developers, these AAA devs, think they're geniuses. They think that they're absolutely above everybody else in their community, and only they know what their game should be like, and their community doesn't know anything. The people who've been playing their games in their franchises for years and years, 10 plus years, they don't know a single thing. And that's annoying. We, as the community, we get bored. We get tired of this nonsense. So to see refreshing, smaller team developers come out and respect us, show us that they care, and use our information and our knowledge, just people who generally just enjoy playing games, listen to us and introduce what we enjoy into their game as well. It feels nice, and World War III is going in that direction right now. I just truly hope they put a ton of focus on making the console version come out as soon as possible and in a decent condition. I know it's very difficult to port over these games. Trust me, I know it's going to be a massive challenge for these developers to go ahead and do that, but it's very crucial for their success to make sure that it's on as many platforms as it could possibly be, especially if they're taking the free-to-play approach. They cannot trust only PC players to play this game, because you have to think PC players have a ton of games to play as well. Right now, console players are struggling. There's not too many games out there that are like the Battlefield franchise. We're just finally getting certain milsims to finally come over to console. It took ages to get milsims to come over to console, so that's kind of their fallback right now. If you're a console player, the best alternative that you can get to Battlefield really is a game like maybe Hell Let Loose or Insurgency Sandstorm and stuff like that. And Insurgency Sandstorm is a fantastic game. Don't get me wrong, I just told you guys it's great, but it's not completely like Battlefield. World War III is. And if they can get this game to come out on console, that's going to be huge, and it'll be very bad for the Battlefield franchise, and you never know. It might be so good for this game that it could grow exponentially. They can actually get tons of money and turn this game into a masterpiece, all off of a indie developed title that started off with pretty much nothing and turned into something much greater. But ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for checking out this video. If you enjoyed it, make sure to leave a like. If you hate it, leave a dislike. Also, if you're brand new, enjoy the content, don't forget to subscribe, hit that notification button. Also, want to chat with me, this do is do so. I have Twitter and Discord, put the link down in the description. And also, want to catch me live streaming some video games, do over on Twitch. Link that is in the description as well. But guys, thanks so much for tuning in. See you on the next one. Peace out.